must be thinking to yourself, man, I really want to become a CRNA. I want to become an advanced practice nurse. I want to become a registered nurse. And today we're going to talk about how to become a nurse, because in order to become an advanced practice nurse, you must become a nurse. So in this video, we're going to talk all about it. So keep watching. My name is Christine and welcome to a new video. If it's your first time here and you want to become a CRNA, a registered nurse, an advanced practice nurse, many different areas in nursing, definitely subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. So today we're going to talk about how do you become a nurse. For example, how do you become a registered nurse? Because in order to go ahead and then do an advanced practice training and advanced practice degrees, you must become a registered nurse first. And you're in this video because you want to know all about it. You want to become a registered nurse, you want to become maybe an ICU nurse, maybe you want to become a nurse practitioner, maybe a CRNA, and I'm here to give you all the knowledge, all the advice, because I feel, I'm here for you. I'm like your mentor. So definitely know a lot about that. So first, when you're thinking about becoming a nurse, a registered nurse, you must think about your career path. Choose what career path that feels natural to you. When you're looking at your plan for your future, do you want to become a registered nurse? Do you want to become an advanced practice nurse, such as a nurse practitioner, a midwife, a CRNA? Maybe you want to be in education. Maybe you want to be in informatics. Just think about first, brainstorm, what do you want to do in nursing? And that will help you guide your path in thinking about, becoming a registered nurse. It'll give you more of a passion because you know what you want to do. So I always say, first, choose your career path. The next step is to think about, how do you earn your degree? Like, you have to go ahead and take the steps to earn the degree that you decided on. Say, for example, your goal is just to become a registered nurse and work in the ICU. What are your steps? When you're thinking about you want to become an advanced practice nurse, such as a CRNA, what are your steps? So in this video, we're going to talk about more registered nurse so we can kind of get that first path out of the way so then you can move on to the next step. So to become a registered nurse, for example, that's the path you're choosing, and your end goal is to become, an advanced practice nurse. But you have to become a registered nurse first. There's two different ways. You can become an associate's peer registered nurse, which is approximately a 2-year degree, or a 4-year degree, or something called an accelerated bachelor's prepared nurse, which can be 18 months to 2 years, to become a bachelor's prepared registered nurse. So you got to think about what path do you want, where do you see yourself going? Honestly, when I've looked at different jobs, especially being currently in the medical field, registered nurse 2 year versus 4 years. In regards to pay, in regards to job opportunities, it's pretty much the same because you are a registered nurse. So it depends. The only difference is if you're thinking to yourself down the line that you want to do more, you want to become an advanced practice nurse, you will have to get a bachelor's prepared degree in nursing. But if you're just thinking of, my end goal is just to become a registered nurse, a 2-year degree should be suffice. So when you're thinking of becoming a registered nurse, you got to think about, what type of degree. Associate's prepared, bachelor's prepared. So, look at the schools, look what you're interested in, and depending on your previous experience, in education, you might need to take some prerequisite courses. So if you were just to apply to a 2-year degree, more than likely you'll have to take some prerequisite courses such as chemistry, statistics, biology, pathophysiology, maybe anatomy and physiology. These are some examples. Some schools are very different, but that's kind of a gist of some of the classes you might have to take before you can actually apply to the program. So you can take those courses, then apply to the program, get accepted, and then you go ahead and go through the program. While if you, for example, you're saying to yourself you want to become a bachelor's degree bachelor's degree nursing. And say, for example, you just graduated high school and you got accepted into a 4-year school. Then everything's included. You don't have to get prerequisite courses. Everything's included. They'll go through all your steps throughout your whole 4 years of, all your courses, all your electives, all your prerequisites for that specific, last 2 years usually is where you specialize in nursing to finish off your degree, okay? So now you can think about yourself. Number 3 is like, yes, I have went through my training. I know my path. You got those out of the way. Now, yes, you graduated, but you have to get licensed. So you have to take a course, an examination called the NCLEX. And that's to allow you to become registered as a nurse. It doesn't matter if you're an associate's superior or a bachelor's superior, all registered. To become a registered nurse, you have to take the NCLEX exam and pass it. So now you pass your exam and you're like, yes, Christine, I have become a registered nurse. I took my examination. What do I do next? Now you just choose your path. So now you already kind of chose your path in the beginning before you decided on, pursuing and going to school to become a registered nurse. But now you got to think about it. Really think about it again. What area do you want to go into? So maybe you'll become a traveling nurse. Maybe you want to become an ICU nurse. Maybe you want to become a labor and delivery nurse or an oncology nurse. Maybe you want to be in education. Maybe you want to be in informatics. Those are some things you got to think about when you are now going ahead and choosing your specialty. Now, for example, saying you chose your path that you want to become a CRNA, for example. And that's exactly what I am currently. So I went through the same exact path that, from, choosing my path, going through schooling, getting my license, and becoming a registered nurse. So now, for example, when I graduated as a registered nurse, I went ahead and worked in the ICU. So, for example, if you want to become a CRNA, you're going to need 1 to 2 years of ICU nursing experience. And then you can go ahead and apply to a CRNA program. So that was my end goal, to become a CRNA. So comment down below, what are you thinking about going into? What type of specialty are you just thinking of going into? Do you want to become a CRNA like me? So do you want to become an ICU nurse? Do you want to become a traveler? I would love to hear it in the comments below. The most wonderful thing I can say about becoming a registered nurse is you have so many doors open to you. You can do bedside nursing and work in the hospital settings. You can work in outpatient settings. You can work in the operating room. You can even do informatics where you work with a computerized record. So, and even become a professor and educate. There's so many options in nursing. And honestly, it's so much diversity, melting pot of different areas. I feel you can do anything. And say, for example, you say to yourself, I don't want to really do bedside nursing. I want to do computerized record. It's very easy to work in a bedside, work, in an office setting. You can do, so many things in nursing. So I hope this video is able to help you. And definitely subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything in my next video. Thanks for watching.